The battle between Apple and Android fans is exploding like never before. For years, the rivalry has been fierce, with each side claiming to have the superior tech. And now with the release of Apple Intelligence and Galaxy AI, this constant rivalry has gotten a lot more intense. I am here to put an end to this, maybe, possibly, not really, but I am pitting Apple Intelligence and Galaxy AI against each other to see who has the more superior technology. But keep in mind, Apple Intelligence hasn't been fully released yet, but wait! There are a load of new features that have been released since September, and I'm going to compare a lot of these features to what Galaxy AI already has to offer. And I'll still include the upcoming features that will be implemented into Apple Intelligence up until March. You have to start this video right, comparing Apple's Siri to Samsung's Bixby. And with the integration of this next-gen AI, it seems their natural language processing, on-screen awareness, accuracy, response time, and domain control have been enhanced significantly. I feel like Siri has a little bit of edge when it comes to informational accuracy due to ChatGPT integration, and it even works with visual intelligence, which I believe is just reserved for iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro. You can ask Siri questions about the pictures you took. Like if you took a picture of a restaurant, you can ask about the ratings and other relevant information, as well as info about historical landmarks, animal and plant species, so on and so forth. And depending on the circumstances, Siri will use ChatGPT to give you a detailed answer. This recent Siri upgrade makes talking with her a lot more fluid. She can handle stutters and sudden breaks in your requests. She can handle follow-ups and pays very close attention to your daily usage patterns on your phone. So if you play a specific song a lot on Apple Music or one of your other music apps, you can ask Siri, play that song I like, and depending on which one is played the most, she will select that song. Pretty cool, right? And Bixby can do some of the same things. Although this feature is a Bixby exclusive, for example, if someone calls you and you're in a noisy environment or it can't answer the phone, you can use text to call, which makes Bixby answer the phone. Other than that, Bixby can also learn and adapt to the user's routine. Also, Bixby Vision, which is like Apple Intelligence, but I guess Samsung had it first. There is a live translator that you can use and a language interpreter that allows you to talk with someone in another language. The thing with Bixby that Siri can't seem to do is clear notifications. You can ask Bixby to clear the notifications on your phone and it'll work no problem. Siri, on the other hand, isn't capable of clearing your notifications, so that's one thing. When it comes to the responses, Siri seems to have a much faster response time and she's really to the point, whereas Bixby, on the other hand, is more detailed. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses, but one thing I've noticed with Bixby is that it can handle multiple actions in a single command. For instance, ask Bixby to open your camera app and then take a selfie. It works, right? Then ask Siri the same thing and guess what happens? She'll open the camera app, switch to the front camera, and you'll have to manually take a picture, which I guess isn't that bad. But then you'll have to reactivate Siri and request her to take a picture. So if there is a winner in this category, it might have to be Bixby. Although Siri is capable of doing a lot of the same things that Bixby can do, Bixby seems to be able to do a lot more than that, and is better with handling multiple commands at once. But recently, Apple users were able to access the cleanup tool in the camera app. So if they tap on cleanup, download the tool, and circle a person or object with their finger, they can illuminate that subject and remove them from the picture. Cleanup on Apple seems to be better with grasping onto objects and people compared to Galaxy AI's generative edit. However, Galaxy AI's generative edit can do a lot more. Now mind you, Apple Intelligence isn't fully out yet, but what it won't be able to do is move subjects around in an image and replace that missing part of the image with a generative fill. Galaxy AI's generative edit allows you to select one person or a group of people in an image, and you'll be able to resize or move them to a different part of the photo, and Galaxy AI will fill in the missing areas based on the surrounding pixels, making the placement look natural. There is also this feature called Instant Slow-Mo with Galaxy AI. You know how in iPhone you have the slow motion camera toggle, right? Well, Instant Slow-Mo creates new frames that don't exist within a regular video, turning it into slow motion. So I think that is a cool trick for editing videos and capturing close-ups. With those features alone, I'd have to say, Galaxy AI, you got it. Now, we've hit the climax. This is when things start to shift. Here we have Apple Intelligence and writing tools, and then we have Galaxy AI and Notices. So here are a few key differences that I'd like to point out. Oh, Notices with Galaxy AI automatically formats text into headers and bullets, and it creates custom note covers to organize notes. Meanwhile, Apple Intelligence gives you a list of options of how you want to format your text. You can condense a large body of text into a summary, you can make a list, you can emphasize key points with bullets, or you can organize relevant information into a table, which I think all of these features are really useful. And they take note-taking to a whole new level. To paint a picture for you, let's say you're a student, right? You're writing a paper for school and you're going through all of these different articles, and you want to speed up the research process. Now, this is where I think Apple Intelligence really comes in clutch. Or what if you're writing an email to somebody and you either want the email to sound as professional or as friendly as possible? You can use Apple Intelligence to willingly change the tone of your email to a more friendly or professional tone, or you can make your wording as concise as possible. And both Apple Intelligence and Galaxy AI will be able to proofread through an entire body of text, and they will allow you to convert your voice memos into notes. However, Galaxy AI really puts emphasis on being able to communicate with people or decipher text in another language, so of course there is a translation option. When it comes to convenience, formatting, and everyday use, they both have their strengths and weaknesses, but I think Apple Intelligence takes the cake here. Alright, to start this category, let's talk about Apple Intelligence. Genmoji, probably one of Apple Intelligence's biggest flagships. I mean, the idea of being able to create your own emoji is fun and exciting. Now, when it comes to everyday use, of course, I'm not going to be using this all the time. However, I didn't say that I wouldn't be able to get any use out of it. Again, it doesn't matter the topic. You can create whatever you want as long as it's not explicit or potentially offensive. But you can possibly make a Nintendo Switch, a food that doesn't already exist as an emoji. You could make a golden wheel, some expensive sneakers, you name it. There is also a similar feature called Image Playground where you make your own images out of multiple prompts. And it seems they're constructed from pre-existing photos in your Photos app. You can even create AI-generated buildings, cars, machines, or even characters in popular media out of rough sketches. So that to me is insanely cool. Now, what about Galaxy AI? What else can it do? Well, there's this thing called Portrait Mode with Galaxy AI that allows you to take pre-existing selfies and turn them into AI-generated portraits in different styles. Image Playground and Portrait Mode are similar, but Image Playground allows you to expand that creativity by allowing you to put yourself in different scenarios, like you could be wearing a cowboy hat, for instance, or you could be riding a boat, just about anything. You can even use your pets. Galaxy AI and Apple Intelligence are capable of giving you suggested replies to a text message or email, which is really handy. All of this stuff is really cool, but I think Apple Intelligence ties it up. Okay, so I made a video on this. I think all of you guys should check that out. All of the features that I've mentioned, it all comes down to this. First of all, Apple Intelligence is more suitable when it comes to reaching a broader source of information due to ChatGPT integration, which I feel like is a really big accessibility factor. Tons of people are using ChatGPT per day, so that's one thing. Then Apple Intelligence uses private cloud computing to draw on larger server-based models built around Apple Silicon for more complex commands while still keeping a lock on your data. So it's never stored anywhere to where your personal information is at risk. You have the Apple ecosystem, which in my opinion nobody can compare to. What is the big problem with Apple Intelligence? And I'll tell you what that is. It's incomplete. Apple rolled out Apple Intelligence before all of its features were ready. Now, do I think it's that big of a deal? Yes and no. It was just so badly rolled out that quite a few people had some complaints. See, that's where Samsung did their thing, where they just released Galaxy AI when it was fully ready, when it was complete. But hey, majority rules. Based on all of the information I've listed, who do you, the viewers, think should win? Please tell me in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe, and yeah, war isn't over, guys. As long as Apple and Samsung fans exist, there will always be a heated debate about which one is better.